Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arielle and today we're going to talk all about this beautiful curly balayage closure unit from Queen Virgin Remy. So when I first got this hair, I was so excited to put it on. I just wanted to put it on before anything else to show you how it looks. But really quick, construction, standard, combs, clips, elastic bands. Me personally, I don't need any of that for a closure wig. I don't need that. I don't need a wig cap. Cut it out. But if you need it, it's nice to know that it's there. It's available. This wig fits my head perfectly fine. So for me, it works. Like I said, this is a closure. It's a 5x5, and I personally prefer 5x5 over any closure or any frontal. I went ahead and put the wig on so you can see what it looked like before we do anything to it. The curls are gorgeous. The color is way better than I thought it would be. Light brown on me. It can get a little tricky, but this is perfect. 10 out of 10 on the color. I think it's gorgeous. Up close, you can see the balayage and just how well it's blended. I personally love customizing a wig. I could do this all day long. So I went ahead and bleached the knots. You don't have to if you don't want to. I used a 30 volume developer and BW2 powder. I left it on for about 20 minutes and I checked every 5 after until it was lifted to my liking. I will link all the products I used down below as well, literally everything in the order that I used it. This is the John Frieda leave-in conditioner. I used so much of this. I cut a little bit of it out because it was a lot, but I used a lot because of the color. I wanted this hair to still be juicy without me putting any other conditioner because I'm just going to use gel. So yeah, applied a lot of that and I brushed through. This is a close-up on the hairline. I went ahead and parted it exactly where I'm going to style it. And I want to show you the hairline before I pluck it or anything. And what I did is section out the hair that's on the closure. And I went ahead and I wet the rest of it to define the curls. And I just section out the closure. I'm going to go ahead and pluck it and then define the front. I hope that makes sense. That was a lot. I like to start plucking in like towards the back, not all the way in the back and not in the middle, probably like a good 1.5 inches back. That way it's easier for me to cover up if I mess up because I can get carried away with plucking. Now, as you saw in the beginning, the hairline was pretty full, which can be, it just depends on what you like. If you don't want to pluck a wig, I don't think it looks wiggy if you were to leave it, but I wanted it to look a little bit more natural, so I'm going in and I'm gonna spend a little time plucking it.
Told you so extra, but I know I'm the same. Love me in spite of my trauma. Give me what I need instead of the drama. Cause when it pop off, it's like, oh my, all good all day, but the night we be going so hard on the flip side. So tell me what we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that way. Trying to control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night. Now all of my calls go to voicemail. I block you so I don't raise hell. Should've talked through it in detail. Our separate ways ain't gon' end well, no. But when we get back, it's like, oh my. All bad all day, but the nights I get that good till we act right. So tell me what we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy when you go low.
In the description, I will link the wig head, the clips, the combs, every single thing. I will link it. And I just repeated this same process on the other side of the part. Since it was smaller, it didn't take me nearly as long, but I didn't want to just include it because it's a little repetitive. But I just keep going until I like the way it looks. Keep in mind, when the hair is wet, it's gonna look thinner than it is once it dries. So you might have to let it dry and then come back and pluck some more. Since I plucked the front, it only makes sense to do the part. What this does is just make it look a little more defined. It's a process. So this is step one. After that, we go in with this cream foundation. And I think this is 9, I don't know if it's 8, 9, or 9, 10, but it will be linked correctly down below. I take this into the part. I do this on every single wig, and it just pulls the look all together. So all throughout the part, I'm going to put this color down. It's a perfect color for my scalp with or without makeup. And honestly, you don't have to tweeze the part at all. I've tried this both ways, and I would say the product itself will lay on any hairs that are there. But if you want to wash the wig and still like not have to part it, because one thing about me, when I wash a wig, I'm not parting it. I'm not doing a baby hair over. It's going to stay like that. So if you want it to be just one and done, I will go ahead and pluck it first, then do the foundation.
So tell me what we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that wave, trying to control our emotions. If we on a right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could move on.
Now with my contour powder, since this is a lighter brown, I'm just going to use the darkest of the browns. And usually I would mix them together or even use a little black if I had it, like a black eyeshadow. But this is a good color because it matches the roots of the hair. Since the cream foundation, made the part a little more defined, it's very easy for it to look too wide. And this just goes in, closes up the gap a little bit, and pretty much just allows for an easy transition from scalp to roots. Now we're going to straighten out the roots. Now this hair was a little, when I decided to hot comb, the hair was still a little wet, which I tend not to do. I would definitely recommend letting it dry first, but this is going to define the part even more. It's really just about illusions. Coming out of the root, it's going to look straight, but you don't want to you don't want to hot comb too far down because it'll look unrealistic. And when I put the water on, you'll see some of the curls come back closer towards the root. If you were just to do a flip over method, you wouldn't need a hot comb really at all. But since there is a part, it just looks a little more sleek if you hot comb it.
Collected, but you pushing on my nerves, and knowing your intention, I'm under pressure. Okay, I'm admitting that a couple things I said got
I didn't know where my small scissors were, so I'm using these big ones. Don't recommend that because you will have to go in again with smaller scissors, so just do it right the first time. I'm doing straight across. Sometimes I do side to side, sometimes I do swoops. Today is straight across. I might go back in later though, just to do like a little zigzag so that it does lay flat, but so far it's not really giving me any problems. Just cut the lace. I take whatever is left on my foundation brush from when I did my makeup and I apply it to the lace. I definitely think this could use some lace tint. that would have been like 10 out of 10, but right now I'm like at a 9 out of 10. But that's okay. You can always go back in and add more color if you find you need it. This is just water, and I am spraying it all over. At this point, the hair was pretty dry, especially on the smaller side of the part. Using the Garnier Fructis Curl Scrunch. Love this stuff. Love this stuff. I talk about this stuff all the time. I'm going to put this all throughout the hair while the hair is pretty damp. And I just apply more if I feel like I need more definition. I'll use my dimming brush and I'll repeat all the way around.
Things I said got acidic in the tone and the presence I get careless. Long as you know I come with imperfections. When you look at me, you see the soul through my flesh. You something special. Know you looking bomb the way you dress and gone. Flex it, hold it still and let my mind digest. You got the leverage. You got the upper handle on the situation. You worthy of a million more of the storms that we weather. We fight retreating this, but you trying to kill the cycle. When nobody's stressing that body like me, I know the way you like it. I treat you like a queen, run the castle, you a treasure. Feel like you setting fire to my desire for the pleasure. You a gem, got me blem, let's make amends. Know you can, I'm out here.
Trying to control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we can share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could go all night. We could go all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night.
Don't prove me wrong, prove you right. My word is bond, we don't spit no lies. A daughter of the sunshine, but every blue moon I come alive at night. I like lace and I like braids, but I love my natural edges laid from the east side, building on the west coast.
I washed my toothbrush, edge brush, not because I wanted to, because I know it looks a little crazy with all the gel and the buildup on there. So it is a little difficult for me to do the edges when it's clean. So I'm struggling with that, but you'll see the end result. It's kind of what I always do. Swoop, swoop, swoop. Whatever hair I decide is going to be the edge, I don't want it to look too thick. So if I need to go in and tweeze it, I will. If I need to go in and make it shorter, I will do. But hopefully you can see I just swoop. It's just a feeling, like whatever feels right. And the good thing about this, when I do my edges, I do not have to do them again, ever. They'll stay like this. When I wash the wig, they'll always come out and they'll be in the same place every single time. So it just works. It's not nothing special I do. It just works for me like that. I'm using, what's this called? The green gel. What's the green gel, Arielle? What's the green gel? What is it? Eco Styler gel in the green tub. And once I'm done with this, I'm going to set my edges with the Nairobi foam wrap. And I'm also going to put that foam wrap on the lace. I'm not using glue. Most times I don't use glue, like it's glueless. The only time I would want to even do glue, honestly, is if it was a full frontal. I'm not gluing down a closure. So I put on that and then I tie my edges down. I didn't have a edge wrap that didn't have a name on it. So I did that off camera and I let it set, and when I take it off, the edges are set.
Tolerance for pain don't mean I'ma take your shit. All them fake followers ain't gon' like your pics. I rep the water bearer sign, but all the elements live rent free in my mind. Moody. 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 Oh, you big moody. I crave love and attention, but I keep everybody at a distance. If I build it, will y'all really come?
And then the hair is good to go. If I could rate this hair on just the way it looks, of course it's a 10, but the way it feels, the way it makes me feel, like the color, I give it a 20. The curls are beautiful. They're effortless. I do not have anything in it but the gel. And of course you saw me do the conditioner, and it feels moisturized. It's bouncy, gorgeous. I love the parting space, 5x5 closure. The length, like there's nothing bad to say about this wig. The best thing out of everything, which is the first thing you see, is the color. Balayage. Best balayage wig I have ever had. The color is perfect for my skin and I am very happy. I will link everything about this unit from QVR in the description. I hope you guys check it out because for me, it's a win. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.